Hello, hello. Having some technical issues. Bear with me for a second. Why are we not working? Dun, 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 dun. Trying to get this stupid camera to work. Is this camera working? That camera works. Why is my Insta360 not working? It shows up over there. So it's been one of those kind of mornings. So I got home from work to find 4 to 6 inches of water in my basement. So I'm currently trying to get that out. Works as a virtual camera. There we go. Save. Just chatting screen. Yeah, ouch. So that sucks. So while the basement pumps out, got a bunch of random crap to deal with. Let's see here. Yeah, I bet. Fortunately, the furnace is up on bricks, so I had about another 3 inches before it got to the furnace, and I had another inch to maybe 2 inches before it got to the hot water tank. I wonder if I can run another instance of OBS. Do you think it'll let me run another instance of OBS? No, it will not. Yeah. So took a video, contact the insurance company later, I guess. I was going to make a thumbnail and schedule the stream for this afternoon, but that shit ain't working. It won't let me, unless there's some way I can schedule a stream from my YouTube channel dashboard. Can I schedule a stream? Go live. Schedule stream. I can. Look at that. Great new. Here. Let me see if I can get you over here. That's not what I want. Get you on the monitor. Yay. We're going to schedule a stream. Thumbnail. It is this one. Part 2, Doomacron. That is it. So yeah, I've got pump down there pumping out the basement. It's just like one of those utility pumps. I had one before, but I kept it up on one of the wire shelves that are up on the wall. You can actually see it over the shoulder right over there. But the shelf fell this summer and the pump broke. Well, the other month I just went ahead and ordered one from Amazon, just to have in case. I use it for in the summer, emptying out the kids' pool. But really glad I went ahead and ordered that like a month ago. I use the same description for each and every video. So we just go over here and copy and paste that. I've never done this on the YouTube interface. It's always been through OBS. Did y'all enter in the Polymaker giveaway today? Not yet. That's all right, Stephen. Increases the chances that I'll win something from absolutely nothing to close to absolutely nothing. 12,000 entries. Nice. Or 1,200 entries. I didn't get all of the codes. I think I have like 17 of the codes. I'm missing 3 of them. Stream language is going to be in English. So either way, we won't be doing this for very long. I need to call here in 40 minutes, try to get my daughter a doctor's appointment, and then go from there. Schedule for 3 p.m. Yeah. I don't have a Polymaker giveaway. I wish I did. Something tells me they're not going to give me a roll of filament to give away to my average of like 12 viewers. That would be the giveaway to enter, though. Your chances would be fantastic, especially right now, just 4 of you guys. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not going to leave this stream up. After this is done, I'm going to make it private and just kind of hanging out. I haven't even asked. I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. Let's go over here and resolve that issue. Captain Karn makes YouTube. Look at that. You do. You've even got almost 10K subscribers. How's it going, Down Under Maker? How are you today? Now you've got one more. Look at that. You've even got high quality thumbnails. I just figured out the thumbnail thing. Well, to be fair, I kind of knew how to make them. I just didn't care enough to make them before. We'll have to check you out. Yeah, that's what I'm using, Canva. Unfortunately, that $15 a month thing is not going to last. I did the trial thing, and well, we're going to cancel that. I'm getting... So, I've got the 500 subscribers that I need for the first level of like YouTube monetizing, where you can get like members and stuff like that. But I'm only about halfway there for the watch hours, and then set up a Patreon and stuff, but that's just in the description. This is the first time I've actually mentioned it. But so Canva will probably be my first purchase, first time I have recurring $15 a month income from the channel. Everything I've gotten from the channel so far has gone right back into buying crap. Last purchase was this mic, DJI mic. Oh, they give away free month codes? That'd be awesome. All right. What is it about Channel 4, man? So this, what I'm working on here, this is the hub for the box turtle. Channel 4 is the one that I have so much problem with. And this is the new hub design. But still, Channel 4 in this thing just does not want to work efficiently. Yeah, for the box turtle. All right. Yeah, apparently it's an issue. Let's see. Is it in here still? All right, so this is the hub that they sent me. If I make this bigger, does that help y'all? It's like getting caught right here on this wall. How does this mount? Mounts with a screw. I wish there was some way for me to modify this part in Slicer right inside here. So what they need to do is they need to cut this part, stretch it back, and let this filament let this straight part be longer in the model so that it comes in and straightens out and is going straight for a while before it hits this sensor and then tries to exit. Because right now it's still in the midst of kind of doing a curve for all these. And it's not like there's a lack of room in there. There's nothing there. All right. Let's see if we can take a drill bit and come in at this a little bit. And just pull that edge off of that a little bit. Other than that, the thing's printing great. I think that made it worse. It definitely made it worse. Yeah, I don't know. Extra perimeters on overhang. Okay, let me go. let me go into the right profile that I'm going to use. Fifth standard. Discard. Extra perimeters on overhangs, discard that. I'm also going to change this to inner, outer, inner. Because I've been getting some stringing. Oh. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to make this stream unlisted, private, or whatever. Or just delete it afterwards. I don't know. Alright, so there's that. Let's see, slice plate. Wonder what would happen if you went with a lower, you guys read my text, but I didn't. Lower layer height. Yeah, I found some weird things with various print settings. Like normally I would always ran this on inner and then outer. Or vice versa. I can't freaking remember. But anyway, I changed it trying to outer and then inner to cut down on stringing. But I swapped it because I was running into some issues with the AFC having under extrusion at first. So I was hoping that that might help if it was not printing the exterior wall to begin with. And I think I had also set it to print the infill first, which I can't remember how in the world I did that. But anyway, so that's trash. Oh, so I got these Daylight XXL sticks. There we are. I've got 3 of them and one of the RGBW ones, but could not for the life of me find a diffuser for it. So I found one for one of the smaller ones, cut it into a bunch of pieces, into 3 pieces, extended the middle piece, and then stitched it all back together. A little bit of trial and error, and we made it work. And let me show you why we needed to do that. So on the box turtle, is my phone going to work? My phone camera going to work? You're not going to work, are you? Can we get this to work? Yay! There we go. want that one. I just want that one. Okay. So my cut location is up here at the front. And then my clicky probe position is back left. My brush position's back right. None of this is ideal. I understand that. But the PTFE tube is getting caught in these baffles going from back here to up here. So I was trying to figure out a different probing solution. I was going to put cartographer on it. But I don't know if that's going to happen, and I'm still kind of iffy about putting a eddy current probe on it. I much prefer the physical thing. So anyway, I thought if I've got a smooth and no baffles, then it won't have anything to get caught on. And they're bigger lights, so I got daylight ones on either side, RGB front and back. Also went ahead and pre-ordered the enclosure for this thing, and when I went to do that, oh, what does my phone do? It disconnected. Now it reconnected. It's being retarded. That's why 2.4 is better. So the concern I have, and I don't know how you deal with this, is if you were using the poop macro on 2.4, you're going to have poops underneath of that bed that you can't get to. Or you've got to just use the purge tower, which now I'm using. This last print, I used a combination of the two. I actually want to see how this worked out. I'm printing the AFC bypass. Which they've got a left and right, but they don't really have a great way to alter which way the what's it called, the buffer in the back, which way that faces. So I reprinted that. I mirrored it so that I could put it facing the other way so I could get my spool going the right way. This filament really needs dried, I think. Anyway, so bypass. Huh. Yeah, you sent me that. Was it you that sent me the wiper thing? I need to look into that. I've got to see about ordering the wiper thing, because let's see if my whatchamacallit's going to work, and I can show you the issue that I have currently with yeah, it was you. Okay, so let me show you the issue I have with the stupid brush. It collects so much crap. So much crap. And nothing goes in this stupid bucket. I guess a couple things have gone in there. But do something with it. All right. Where am I going? Yes. All right. Let me see if I can pull this up. But anyway, so I pre-ordered that, and I was trying to get. No, no. Come over here. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's because this is full screen. Monitor. Okay, so this is the picture you sent me. Trident toilet. So what is the? How does this work? How does it mount? I'm so confused. I think somewhere along the line that got twisted around itself. You mount it on the same kind of mount as the wiper. And what do? You just poop into that? What do you do? Harsh reality, you sent me a picture or something too. Stephen, what is this picture? Your 250 trident stums it during a move to the left. It uses the guide arm to steer it coming into the rear of the chamber. Huh? Oh, is that like one of the little wipers with the PTFE tube? Steven? Crap. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There you go. Okay. Alright. So here we are. So are you just pooping into this? Porty, it's been a rough day. It's been a rough day. Oh, speaking of, hold on one second, guys. I'll leave you to stare at Down Under Maker's thing while I go to check and see where we stand with the pumping of the water. My basement's in two separate parts, so I'll have to move that pump from one side to the other. All right, front half of the basement is all pumped out. Now to pump out the back half. Okay, so you just funnel it down into a bucket. I like that. Can you send me a link or the STL? I need to like work on fine-tuning stuff. But anyway, so I was ordering that enclosure and I was trying to get one of the West 3D t-shirts because I've got a coupon for it, for a free one from you know, the rewards program thing. And I couldn't get that to work because apparently it's only good for an extra small shirt. And as much as my 5-year-old loves t-shirts, I don't think a West 3D t-shirt would be appreciated by her nearly as much as it would be by me. Because I have no, like, you know, tchotchke merch stuff from any of the vendors. KB3D, I was up there, and he said he was going to give me a hat, and we got to talking again. Or not a hat, one of his old t-shirts, I think it was. Something. I think it was the old t-shirt design that he had. We got to talking, and then we both totally forgot until I just remembered right this second. All right, print one more of these things. One more of the diffusers. Yeah, Porty, I sent in a ticket thing asking A about, like, is there anything we can do about the discount? Even if it's just like, A, just, you know, issue me a credit on my account. I got to buy other stuff too. But I wasn't going to buy it all in one order. Just because then it'd be waiting for whenever the box turtle enclosure ship. And asking about the t-shirt, like, is this supposed to be only like extra small? All right, coupon for the West 3D hot sauce too. I need to see. Every time I try to order something, they're out of the hot sauce, so I can't get the free hot sauce. And this would have been the first time to use that discount for the for being black tier. I'm getting close to being berserker tier. I'm trying to save up enough money to use that big ambrosia discount on like a massive order of filament. Need to, you know what? When I put this claim through for the basement, maybe I'll take some of the insurance money and I'll just buy a pallet of filament from West 3D with my 40% discount. I'm sure Dan would love me. Yeah. So I noticed in the Polymaker thing, there's like a one of the prizes is like 5 years of filament. It's $1,300, basically $1,300 a year for 5 years in filament. Man, that'd be sweet if they just gave you all that money, just like one lump sum. Just let me order, yeah, one roll per week. Just let me get all 260 rolls all at once. Actually, I probably wouldn't do that. There'd probably be a lot of cool filament comes out over the next couple of years. But I'd probably order like 6 months of it at a time. Yeah, what I need to order some of that PPS CF. So the Dumacron that is on the table behind me here. The reason, part of the reason to do that build was to be able to get higher chamber temps and to be able to do some more of the engineering filament. I got some PA6CF. Got a roll of that from Micro Center, stupid cheap, because it was the old style rolls that they were getting rid of. But it's only a ½ kilogram roll. But I got a roll of that stupid cheap and tried to print some stuff, and I got over rambunctious on my first ever nylon print and like filled the entire bed, and it got like 30% of the way through the print and knocked something off the build plate and then knocked everything off the build plate. Down Under Maker, well, if I don't win it, I hope you do then, sir. I do hope I win it, but if not me, I hope you win it. If Steven wins it, I'm changing his address in his Polymaker account to mine. Wiki Central, yeah. So 90% of what they have at Micro Center is actually Polymaker. Some of it is still made by eSun, as I understand it, but 90% of it's Polymaker. Hey, awesome, Down Under Maker. So I'm right up the road from Polymaker Joel, and he posted a video of his filament storage in his house. I'm just like, you know what? Instead of ordering from Polymaker, I'll just come pick it up from you directly. Yeah, we all gotta get together at Murph. Hopefully I can make it. So it really depends on when my son's graduation is this year, because he graduates high school. So I gotta go back to Jersey for that. So I'll either be in Jersey the weekend before or the weekend of Murph. Yeah, they have a bunch of cookie CAD. They have a bunch of proto pasta. But I'm talking about the Inland brand filament. The Inland brand filament. Their in-house brand. And I'd love to go to Smurf. I want to go... the event aside, I want to go to England. I want to get out of this country for something. I'd love to go to Ireland. I'd like go to Smurf and then go to Ireland for a day or two. Yeah, Inland's great. It's like I said, their ABS is and ASA stuff is all Polymaker, which comes in handy when I need a roll of something and I don't have a day to wait because like it's an order for somebody who wants something. Yes. There can be only one. So I am Native American and Scots Irish. So I was trying to make this urgent care appointment for my daughter yesterday evening for this morning, but they wouldn't schedule anything for today yesterday. They told me to go on to the MyChart account after midnight and I could schedule it. Well, going on the MyChart account, they don't offer you appointments until after 11. Oh yeah, man. 2-month tour of Ireland. That'd be awesome. trying to tune this thing so it stops freaking like oozing all over the place too. If that cutter wasn't in the front, it would do better. And that was part of my reason. So, but the problem is that in order for the filament to load smoothly into the tool head, it needs to load at the front left-hand corner of this printer. So no matter what I do, but if I got rid of clicky, or maybe I could just move clicky probe to the other side of the printer, move my purge bucket and wipe to the left side so that it's not going across the build plate at least. I'm trying to brainstorm some ideas for how to resolve some of these issues. No. No, I have not. No, not tap. The Trident prints fast, and tap hurts your input shaper a lot. Yeah, you mean the inlet on the back for where the PTFE goes into the printer? Down Under Maker, have you used Cartographer? So I want some opinions that are not Beacon fanboys. If that makes any sense. So is it the entire grill though? Because that, like, how does that work? Steven, I'm fine with people that have it on their printer. I want honest opinions of both. But for some reason, it seems to be one of those topics where people are just, I don't know, it's like Democrat versus Republican with Cartographer and Beacon, and it makes no sense to me. So it makes it really hard to get any unbiased, real opinions and information on it. So, guy has helped me out with a bunch of 3D printing stuff, gave me a bunch of stuff, didn't want anything, wasn't asking anything, just, hey, I got this stuff, you could use it, here you go. And so I'm going to give him the Micron frame, the black Micron frame, and the stock Micron panels. And he's got a Cartographer. He's going to give me that. And he's like, because he asked what I wanted for the panels and the frame, and I had given him a price, what I wanted for it. And then I was like, you know, hey, if you still got that Cartographer, I'll take it off your hands. Trade you the Micron stuff. He goes, well, Cartographer's way less than what you were asking for the Micron stuff. I was like, yeah, but you hooked me up with a bunch of stuff, so don't even worry about it. I just want to know if it works. 'Cause here's my concern, right? I had got a bunch of the Eddy coil probes when that was released. Like, I got them for like $4 a piece. Plus shipping. I think altogether it ended up costing me like $20 for the ones I got. But I never put them in because then come to find out there's no temperature compensation on them, and you had to do custom clipper stuff, like a custom clipper rather than mainline clipper. So I never did it. There's some of the things that I sold. I sold those Eddy Pros. I sold Trident frayed Trident panels, octopus board, like a whole crap ton of stuff that I had to build. I was going to build a Tridex with it, but I sold all that so that I could afford to buy these 2 webcams to be able to do streaming. I can't remember where I was going with that. Anyway, the Eddy coils were one of the things that I sold. But I don't want to do tap because I have tap in the 2.4. I had it in the Micron. It's coming out of the Micron. Clicky's going in the Micron because I need the Y travel back in order to put a brush in the back for this Night Owl. I need some sort of nozzle cleaning solution, and I can't fit it with the loss of Y travel having, it's not tap, it's boot, but having that in there. All right, well, yeah, the cartographer is going to go into the Trident. Then Clicky's going to go into the Micron. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the 2.4 whenever I get around to doing that. Steven, while you're here, so what was it, like a year and a half ago, you told me about the Polymaker metallic ABS. So I had picked up the blue and green. This is ERCF 2.5 beta parts, but it's being printed with the metallic blue. And when the 2.4 gets rebuilt, I'm really, really hoping that they release the new revision for the V2, whatever they call it. Because I'm holding off on a rebuild on that for that, but it really needs a rebuild. I really want to get the gantry at least that the Micron has on the 2.4, but apparently the files are floating around out there somewhere. All right, guys, I'm going to mute myself for a minute so I can make this phone call to the urgent care real quick. Hold on one moment. All right. They've got me on hold for an eternity. So we'll go about this a different way, I suppose. Yeah, I've got that other part. Steven, about done with 2.4 modding unless I rip out the boards and do a Mantis CB1 like I did on the V-Core and tried it. CB1 sucks. Use CM4, CM5. Free yourself of the big tech shit images. Yeah, so the Micron has a CB1 in it. I was going to put a CM4 in it, but apparently that wouldn't work with the stupid screen that I have. Before I bought a Manta board for a 2.4, I'd buy the Kraken. Oh, what is it? The Big Tree Tech. It's a SPI screen. It's 4.3-inch SPI screen or something. It's this screen. Oh, it'll work with this CM4. Somebody told me that it wouldn't work on the Pi. Yeah. I hate that screen. It is trash. Trash. It registers that you're touching it when you're not. It which is going to eventually fucking screw me on something. I know it. It doesn't register when you are touching it. I hate the thing. All right. Well, I couldn't get her scheduled for this morning, so it's going to be this evening. Yeah, CM1 doesn't support whatchamacallit. All right, let's take a minute and look at some screen options for Big Tree Tech. let's verify which size screen this takes. So just gonna look at what I have. The Down Under Maker, yeah, I probably would do that next time I need a 5-inch screen. My issue, Box Turtle from Formbot, you say? That's a crazy good price. Comes with the LEDs. Shit, that's what we're gonna look at right now. I've had great luck with every Formbot thing I've bought. I've bought 3 kits from them now. So it's got your frame, 4 NEMA motors, AFC light board, TMC 2209 drivers. It's got your LEDs for the whatchamacallit. It's got your switches. Got your bearings. It looks like it has switches for the buffer too. Got your screws. It's got your shafts. Bowden couplers. You probably use more Bowden tube, but that's not a huge deal. I mean, I could buy a shit ton of Bowden tube for $120. I don't know. Probably a generic switch, honestly. But like I said, I've used their stuff and I've not had an issue with a single component that I've gotten from them. Anyway, that's not what we came here for. Damn it. Electronics. Where's the screen at? Where's the screen at? Probably looking at it, aren't I? Somewhere in here is the screen. Fuck it. Pretty sure this is a screen anyway. So I need a 3.5-inch screen. Yeah, I'm sure they are made by somebody else. ESI. Wish they had pictures of the back of the stupid thing. Either way, it clearly doesn't mount the way whatchamacallit does. What screen is that? No idea. King Christ. The last V0, they hadn't tapped a few spots on the extrusions. Yeah, I don't know. I had a whole bunch of stuff in my cart that I was going to order this week, and I ended up nixing that because I was what I was going to do was I was going to build that new thing from Armored Turtle because I have almost all of it, but I need a piece of extrusion. And I need a board because the board I have isn't the right one. It's the old model of the Rabbit Easy board. Yeah, the lettuce feeder. Oh, you know what I want to do? So I want to see if Steven, I got the link for the nozzle cleaner thing. Thank you. I can fix this color on the text for the overlays. The color. Edit. No, it's not it. Where's the stupid? There it is. Chat overlay. Settings. Text settings. can I change the color? All right, let's go over here and see if that works. Hey, now it's white. Now you can see the freaking chat. Before it was black text and you couldn't see it half the time. Especially like on the monitor or whatever. Yeah, I always am reading the chat over on the side of OBS. So I didn't notice it at first. And then I was looking at the screen, the actual screen the other day, and noticed it. I was like, hey, I need to fix that. You can, but I want it to still be like, if there's something behind it, I don't want it to completely block it out, if that makes sense. Because like it's already got part of it blocked out by the other camera, and then like some of them where this has 3 cameras because it has the other little camera. Hi. The crappy camera. Yeah. That works when you're watching it live. But if you're not watching it live, or if you're watching it on TV, I watch a lot of stuff laying in bed. And if chat's not up on the screen, then I have no idea what people are actually saying and what people are responding to. Or if you're watching back an old VOD, then you don't have the chat to look at. This way it's there, it's part of the video. How are our things doing over here? Anyway, so hub's printing, last diffuser's printing. Whoops. There's a part for the buffer. That I mirrored so it would go around the other way. Oh, that's what you put into your stream? Yeah, I got to catch yours for a couple minutes the other day when I was headed into work. Well, that was kind of cool. Make sure I mirrored all this right. Nope, nope. Works. Got quite a collection of parts. These I need to take the heat sets out of. This doesn't have a heat set. That can go in trash. This I glued. This can go back. I don't think there's enough filament here to print that, whatchamacallit. There might be. Trying to see if there's enough left on the spool to print that little part for this. Let's see how much it takes. New part. No. V0. V0. 1.8 meters. I think there's enough. Caden, how's it going, bud? Raj, how are you? What are you up to this morning, bud? For all you that don't know, Caden there in chat, that is my son, my eldest of my 3 children. Been like 50 minutes. I need to go check on that pump in the basement. That back part of the basement's a little smaller, so it may be done. I'd rather not burn up that pump. I think there's going to be enough filament on here to print this part. So needs 1.86 meters. I think there's enough on there. We're going to give that a go. Now I'm going to go check this basement real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so I got all the water out of the front, with the exception of, like, you know, just a little bit that the pump won't get. Moved it to the back. Now there's like 2 inches of water in the front again. We got hit with torrential rain all night. All right, so I don't really have a whole lot else to do or whatever. Just kind of mussing about trying to get this stuff printed and trying to deal with that basement. What do you guys got going on? Steven, I know you're always in the midst of a build. Down Under Maker, I know you're working on a box turtle. And what else were you working on? And you told me you were working on something else. I know you got other stuff that you can't talk about, but anything you can talk about. Where did I just set my phone? There it is. Steven, I was making a 54 quart dry box, MacBook battery upgrade, Minion, ERCF, and for some reason found a bunch of hydrometers I had in a drawer, so printing magnetic mounts to put in the 2.4 and tried it. That's pretty sweet. I have a bunch of stuff going on student projects, a beta for a manufacturer. Can't talk about that. Crippled my 2.4. How'd you cripple it? The screen on that V0 is the bane of my existence. I hate that thing. Oh, okay, fair enough. All right. Trying to clean up some stuff. Steven, what do you mean, MacBook battery upgrade? Did the battery die? Or are you like truly doing like a upgrade, trying to put like something bigger or something in there? Oh man, I'm sorry, that sucks. I really want to get a MacBook now that I've gone to Mac out here in the garage, I'd love to have a MacBook laptop. I think I'd still keep the gaming laptop hooked up in the house, but I have another laptop that I take with me when I travel. It's my old laptop. It's just an i3 from like 2018, Walmart special. So it's probably a generation or two old i3 at the time back then. I'd love to replace that with one of like the M4 MacBook Airs, which is basically the exact same thing as the Mac Mini that I use out here, but this thing is stupid, crazy powerful. I like Louis Rossmann. It put me off what? MacBooks? I don't know. Okay, so we do have a project. Y'all wanna watch this project we got? So I don't know if any of you guys were watching last stream I had messing around with the Trident last week, but Allen keys are too long to reach between the top panel and the extruder to undo the extruder. So we got some Allen keys, and we are going to cut them down, specifically the ones I need for whatchamacallit, and rebend it so that I can get in there and undo that extruder. So I'm thinking how short do I need it? Well, we can just do it this way. So here's your extruder, and in order to get the screw out of here, this is far too long to and runs into the top panel. So I need this to bend right about here. So we'll cut it off somewhere in that neighborhood. Creality Allen keys. No. So, down under maker, yes, I know. Here's the tentative plan. So, right here is a vise. We're going to put this in the vise and let the vise act as somewhat of a heat sink, because the only part I need to like legit save is the ball end. So we'll put it in the vise and we will heat it, bend it, and then cut it off. Because it's going to get cut here. I still want it bent at the top, folded over. so I have something to turn. Trust me, I have these Wera Hex Plus drivers. I have more than enough sets of them. That messing up a half a set is not hurting me. I legit have so many of them. I don't know if Caden's still in chat here, but Caden will tell you. I have them in a toolbox up on a shelf that I just give to people. I think I've given Caden like 3 sets of them, a couple set of Bondus ones, a bunch of other ones. I understand, but it's a tool that I need. So it's not really a waste for me because it gives me the tool I need. Poety, no, we are customizing an Allen wrench. So, Poety, on the Trident, the screws that go into the top of the to mount the wristwatch G2, the wrench is too tall and hits the panel, and it makes getting it in and out incredibly difficult because I can't get to it with the ball end. So we are making ourselves a custom shorter Allen wrench. Tiny weirers. Well, I have a tiny. I'm about to have a tiny weir myself. We're actually going to make like a whole set of them. I don't even know what these Creality Allen wrenches are you're talking about. I don't know. The only printer I've ever bought that was not a Voron kit of some sort was a Creality Ender 3 Pro from the Micro Center. And I don't remember it coming with Allen wrenches, to be honest. Yes, Porty, we do live dangerously close to a micro center. But I've got this lovely half a set of We're Hex Plus drivers that we're going to mutilate today. It's anchoring down under Maker tremendously, though. Honestly, down under Maker, there's a fair chance. That does sound like something I would do. Actually, no. Before I would just chuck them, I would have given them to my littlest one to play with. She has her little toolboxes and she has her tools and she runs around and she uses them on stuff. Woody, I thought you were cleaning and organizing the other day. It's a process. Well, we've got the Polymaker stream that should be starting here in a moment. It's starting now.
It's also not healthy, but you know what? I got 4 hours ahead of me of a lot of talking, a lot of guests, and a lot of giving away.
All right. Yeah, I'm
Hang
gonna
tight, everybody.
call it here and go watch this stream. I'm sure most of you guys are
Anybody
too.
that needs last second
I'll
entry,
check you later.
If you are here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to us.polymaker.com now. Really quick, like Polypalooza. You can get a couple entries in there really quick, but it is going to close at 10 a.m. Eastern. Hopefully everybody that's here knows what's going on, and they've already done so. If you haven't, I hope you click and type real fast. So get in there, get those entries in, and if the